All right, cleanup is continuing around here, and sometimes you're just yelling at the wind, right? Sometimes you're complaining about stuff and nothing ever happens, and sometimes those complaints are a little bit more, well, I don't know, founded, right? And I've talked about this terrible road that we have to take in and out. If you haven't seen my videos, this is Alfred Avenue in Teaneck, and there's two ways in. There's one way from there and one way from over here, and they both suck. They're terrible. And I've brought this up as probably the worst road I've ever driven. And the fact that I have to drive it every day makes it even worse. Now, I'm gonna show you the road. It hasn't gotten better, just in case you were wondering. And you know, I'll make a video and then a couple days later, you know what, oh, they came and patched up the garbage. It doesn't fix it, it's garbage. However, you then look and you say like, wait, maybe all of my efforts were not wasted, because I'm not the only business owner here. There's other businesses, and one of the other business owners is like, hey, just wanted to reach out and let you know, are you aware that we got a grant for, the town of Teaneck got a grant for $760,000 6 months ago, it was March 16th, from the state of New Jersey to fix these roads. And I was like, I was not. And he said, you know what? Also, it's been 6 months and now they're saying they're going to cancel the grant because they haven't done anything. They haven't come up with a plan. They haven't put it out to bid. They haven't done anything. So this here isn't even really, look at this. My entire foot's down here. The entire thing is down there. I don't even have my tape measure for that one, but that's ugly. And it doesn't get any better the further you go. So look at the SUV. That guy's about to blow the suspension in his Mercedes right now. But like, this is garbage. This is not, yeah, this is not it. So like, as a government, so what are we looking at here? So as a government, the towns budget all this, right? They pave a road, and they just say they have $5 million, and I'm making this up, $5 million in the town of Teaneck each year, like, budgeted to repave the roads. And you can't repave the entire town at once, so you do road 1, 2, 3, and it's on a rolling basis. So after like 25 years, which is the amount of time it takes to repave the entire town in pieces, the life cycle of the road is about 25 years per thing. And you know what, maybe time will come and they'll be like, oh, you know what, we're slated to repave Warren Street, but Warren Street's looking pretty good. It doesn't get a lot of traffic, so we'll use that $900,000 for something else. That doesn't mean they don't still have to repave Warren Street eventually, but they can sort of roll a little bit out of that budget because they're going to rebudget for it in the future. They're just getting a longer life cycle than expected. Now, what they run into is that they spend the money and then they don't do the projects. And that is particularly frustrating because now they're not even spending the money. This is the New Jersey DOT, the Department of Transportation, giving them the money to do it. So it doesn't, all they have to do is actually do it. And it's not even like, oh, they're going to use that money for something else. They're just going to let it go. So like, you've got all these people that are unhappy, throwing away all the contents of their warehouse right now and driving this bumpy ass road in and out to get to work every day. It's brutal. It causes, I can't even imagine the damage this causes on everybody's vehicle just driving in and out. And that sucks, right? Not everybody's got a new vehicle, and nobody wants to deal with the things getting banged up or anything like that while you're out here driving in and out of work. Especially to the area which is over here. All these buildings pay a giant portion of the tax revenue that's generated for the town. Now, do you think that sounds bad? I was contacted by one of the businesses over there, which also conveniently flooded because everybody flooded, and there was actually grant money for dealing with dredging out these waterways here, which they never did anything. They just never did it. They received a grant to do it, and they've never done it. And I think this was a couple of years ago. So now, I don't know if this storm was so severe that we would have still been in the same situation, but it would have been nice if we had 6 inches less water in the shop, right? Or everybody had 6 inches less water. That means they could have saved more merchandise. So they're in talks about going after the town. And I get it, like, you're a government employee, you don't have to do anything, you got a nice cushy job, it's almost impossible to get fired. But we're not asking you to go prevent anything. I'm just saying you have a responsibility, like, especially if you get the grants. We're doing all the work. Getting the grants, you get the grant, just find somebody to pave. It's not that hard. It's almost $1 million. Somebody will spend $1 million. And then all the businesses are happy and you can go back to doing nothing for 25 years because we're off your back forever. Now we're pointing out legitimate concerns and problems and they do nothing. And they make it like it's not our job to deal with this. It's not our job to deal with the roads. And we're pointing it out and they do nothing. And now somebody finally does something, the state says, all right, here you go, here's $750,000. And we're about to lose that funding because they haven't done anything. That would be like mind-bogglingly, like I can't even comprehend the amount of people I would fire if that was my company and that happened. But it's government, so they're not going to get fired. They're just going to listen to us scream and yell more and more. So if you want to send the guy an email and let him know that you're concerned for your safety while you're driving down the road in Alfred Avenue in Teaneck, if you find yourself potentially coming to visit here, then feel free. I'll put the link right below in the description of the guy's email. You can send him an email and be like, look, I was thinking about going to the shop, but I'm concerned for my safety. Maybe you'll fix that road, and then I can become a patron of these businesses. Or I am a patron of the business, and I don't like the fact that I have to drive down this road because it's unsafe. Rob Ferretti, thanks for, I mean, what do you title this? Like, this is like government ineptitude at its best. Whatever. Rob Ferretti, see you tomorrow.